meet Miss Yolanda Renee King.
Good morning. How are you today? That was quite the introduction. I must say, I'm excited. I'm ready. How are you all?
Scared me.
I love that. I feel like I'm on like the show. The introduction song. But I would just first like to thank you for that generous and just energetic and beautiful welcome. And thank you to the organizers of the All People's Breakfast for creating a space where community is not merely discussed, but embodied. This gathering itself is an act of hope, and I am deeply honored to be with you here in Colorado Springs on a day that calls not only for us to remember history, but to recommit ourselves to its unfinished work. Today's theme is Mission Impossible 2, building community uniting a nation the nonviolent way. And let me just say, I love the theme. I am just so enamored with that framing because it refuses despair while also acknowledging that while the work is unfinished, it is still possible and that we are still able to accomplish this. And it is possible because of all of you, because of communities like this one, because of people willing to believe that love, organized, and courageous can still bend the arc of history. When people hear my last name, they often think first about its historical contributions. But for me, this work has never lived solely in the past. It lives in the present, and it places a demand on the future. Yes, I am the granddaughter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, and the daughter of Martin Luther King III and Andrea Waters King. I carry their names, yes, but far more importantly, I carry their values.
Come on now.
I was raised to understand that nonviolence is not weakness, that love is not only sentimental, and justice is not inevitable. It must be organized, protected, and practiced. My grandparents did not simply dream of a better world. They labored for it, they sacrificed for it, and they believed deeply that ordinary people, when united by conscience and courage, could do extraordinary things. My grandfather once said that the ultimate measure of a person is not where they stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where they stand at times of challenge and controversy. And ladies and gentlemen, and everyone, we are living in one of those moments now. Across our nation, we are witnessing deep and painful division. Racial division, political division, generational division. Too often, difference is framed as danger. Too often, fear has replaced empathy, and content has replaced curiosity. And I'd like to remind you all that peace, the definition of peace, is not merely us all agreeing and being under the same agenda, but it is being able to coexist with different beliefs. And until we understand that, and I don't mean we need to understand each other's beliefs and perspectives, but until we understand that, we cannot progress as a society. So I urge you, yesterday I was talking about, during the fireside chat, about the importance of being able to hear different perspectives and open-mindedness. And I know that often we roll our eyes when we hear that word. But it is not about all being under the same agenda. It is not about being under the same perspective, but being able to hear other people. I think so often we've mastered using being able to talk and being able to present our own ideas, but being able to listen. I think that we must learn to listen, and that was the big messaging of my grandparents, and it's something that I continue to advocate for. But the message my grandfather left behind, and the message of this day, is that division is not destiny. Nonviolence offers us another way. And nonviolence is not simply the absence of physical harm. It is an active, disciplined commitment to human dignity. It is the refusal to dehumanize, even when we disagree. It is the courage to build bridges where others would build walls. This is how movements endure. This is how nations heal. This is how the beloved community moves from world division to lived reality. My grandmother, Yolanda King, understood this truth with remarkable clarity. She reminded us that struggle is a never-ending process, that freedom is never really won. You earn it, and you win it in every generation. Every generation. Right. And so for all of those who are in this room that are part of my generation, Gen Z, we must now, it is our responsibility to earn our freedom, and to perhaps earn it so well that we can spare some for the generations that come after us. Often, I am asked what gives me hope in this moment, especially as a young person coming of age in a time of uncertainty. And my answer is simple. Young people are not waiting for permission to lead. We are organizing. We are voting. We are creating. We are advocating. We are demanding action on climate justice, racial equality, gun violence prevention, and economic opportunity. Not just because it's fashionable, but because it is a necessity for our survival. And we are doing this work through an understanding that our struggles are interconnected, that none of us are free until all of us are free. One of the ways I've tried to contribute to this movement is through storytelling. In my book, We Dream a World, I invite young people to imagine what a world of justice, equality, and peace could look like. Not someday, but now. Inspired by my grandfather's words, the book is rooted in a simple truth. Children are not too young to shape the world. They are essential to it. Because when we teach young people to dream with intention, we teach them to act with purpose. Dreaming in the King tradition is never passive. It is prophetic. It is disruptive. It demands what we envision the world not merely as it is, but as it ought to be. And then summons us to do the hard work of making it so. My parents taught me that leadership is not about titles. It is about responsibility. My father Martin Luther King III, has devoted his life to reminding this nation that civil rights is not a completed chapter in a textbook. It is a living, breathing struggle. And my mother, Andrea Waters King, has shown me the power of moral clarity, strategic courage, and speaking truth with love. From them, I've learned that nonviolence is not inherited, it is practiced. And so for everyone in this room, I know that often, being in a world which so heavily promotes violence, we often feel lost in what nonviolence is and what that looks like. And so I would urge everyone in this room to engage with text, to engage with books that better explain nonviolence and what that looks like. For instance, Stride Toward Freedom, which talks about the Montgomery bus boycott and the specific tactics that were used and how nonviolence is practiced. And it was written by my grandfather, an autobiography. And I'd love to talk about the importance of nonviolence. I think that being able to engage with the book and being able to engage in a text which shows how that appeared and how that looked like will, I think, edify everybody in this room. And in my book, there is a line that reading is believing. And so I think that if everybody were to read and to read the text and to read what nonviolence looks like, then they would believe in the power of nonviolence. And I must admit that practicing nonviolence is not an easy task. It requires discipline, physical and mental, and most importantly, it requires courage. It requires us to confront uncomfortable truths. It requires us to listen across differences. And it requires us to reject the lie that some communities are disposable. Nonviolence calls us to build community, even when it is difficult, especially when it is difficult. Here in Colorado Springs, you understand the power of community. You understand that unity does not mean uniformity. It means commitment to one another's humanity. Dr. King called this vision the beloved community, a society rooted in justice, equal opportunity, and love of one's fellow human beings. And when I say love, I don't just mean the sentimental love, the way we might love a partner or friends and family. I mean a love and acknowledgement of our interconnectedness. The beloved community is not utopian. It is practical. It is built through policy, participation, and persistence. It is built when we show up for our local schools, when we protect the right to vote, when we engage in service, when we support workers and care for our elders, when we invest in our young people, not as problems to be solved, but as leaders to be nurtured. It is built when we choose cooperation over conflict and compassion over contempt. As I prepare to spend time with young people here in Colorado, I'm reminded that this generation is watching us closely. They are not only listening to what we say, they are watching what we tolerate. They are learning from what we prioritize. They are measuring whether our values align with our actions. If we want young people to believe in democracy, we must model it. If we want young people to believe in nonviolence, we must practice it. If we want young people to believe that community is possible, we must build it together. My grandfather once asked a question that remains as urgent as it was then. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And so I ask you all, what are we doing for our neighbors? For those who feel unseen? For the kid who remains to be bullied in the classrooms, and for those who choose to be the bystanders? What are we doing for those who don't have homes? What are we doing for those who don't feel like they belong? What are we doing for those who are suffering and because of the systemic barriers we have put in place have faced discrimination? And so, Mission Possible is not solely a slogan. It is a summoning, a reminder that the work of building community does not belong to one leader, one movement, one historical period, or one generation. It belongs to all of us. So today, as we honor Dr. King, let us do more than remember his words. Let us live them. Let us recommit to nonviolence, not as an abstract ideal, but as a daily discipline. Let us recommit to community, not as a talking point, but as a shared responsibility. Let us recommit to unity, not by erasing difference, but by embracing our common humanity. The dream is still alive. The mission is still impossible. And so, as I come towards an ending of my remarks, I'd like to leave everybody here with homework, which I know is often the last thing that we want to hear. But I believe this homework is for the benefit of humanity. And often, people ask how they can get involved and what they can do. And so I urge everybody here to participate in acts of service. It doesn't have to be great. It can be something small. But ensuring that you are participating in local acts of service. Because I believe that service is the key which brings our communities together. And when we have strong communities, we can align with other communities, which can create a national impact. And maybe, if our national impact is so great, we can also create an international impact. And so, while it might be unrealistic to place everybody under the same agenda, we're able to come together when we all participate in acts of service. And so, while I know that it's nice to have a day off from work or a day off from school if you're a student, I would like for you all to remember that this is a day on, not a day off. Let's not take a break as we build the path towards the beloved community. And so, to come to a closing, I'd like for everyone to stand up for this next segment. I think a little chants some of you all might be familiar with that I've been able to do throughout the years, and I was a bit reluctant about doing it, but just seeing the passion, I thought that this audience would be the perfect group. And I think that you all really will believe in the words that you all are about to repeat. And I'm a person who is all about affirmation. My mom taught me about the power of affirmation. And I've used it to be able to transform myself, and we've seen people use it to transform themselves. But what if we also use affirmation to transform our nation? And so I'd like for you all to repeat these words after me. Spread the word! Have you heard? All across the nation. We are going to be a great generation. Okay, Colorado, so you all seem like a very loud audience, and so I want you to channel that in this next round to make sure that the neighboring states can hear us. Spread the All across the nation, we are going to be a great generation. Now, you know what they say, third time's the charm. So we gotta do it one more time to make sure that even those across the world can hear us, that everybody can hear us. Spread the word! Have you heard? All across the nation, we are going to be a great generation. One act of nonviolence at a time. Thank you and happy MLK.